Hi, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Today, I want to talk about soul contracts and ending them. You know, I have a very dear client, Ruthie, and she submitted a question, and I thought it was a brilliant question, so I want to say a very special thank you to Ruthie. Ruthie, thank you for submitting this beyond words. Oftentimes, I think about it. I don't know why I've never addressed it, but thanks for the nudge. All right, here's Ruthie's email. Susan, I sincerely hope when you receive this message that you and your family are well. I have an idea for a topic. I have a friend that seems to have the worst luck. I've known her since childhood. I hate to sound unkind, but she always seems to have issues in her life. My friend is the complete opposite of myself. She's quiet, reserved, and not an engaging person when she meets people, rarely smiles, whereas I'm more outgoing, friendlier, and have sunnier disposition. Always smiling too. My question is, are certain people born unlucky? In other words, no matter what they do in their life, there's a negative setback or outcome. They can't catch a break. And if yes, why and how can they improve their mindset? My friend also believes she's cursed. In Hispanic culture, many people still believe in witchcraft, which is called the evil eye. I'm really interested to hear your opinion and thoughts regarding my inquiry. Thanks in advance for reading my email, Susan. Thank you, Ruthie. Great question. Can we have bad luck no matter what we do as far as not being able to catch a break? Yes. I often tell people that sometimes you're doing everything right and you're still not catching a break. Sometimes what's called generational curses. You're going to say, what the heck is that? Well, from other lifetimes. What we're carrying into this lifetime. So you're going to say, well, then how do we stop it? Well, there's a lot you could do in each lifetime. But when you don't know what to do, and you're maybe not aware of it, it's going to keep happening over and over again. First rule of thumb I want to say is people that are ultra intuitive are going to get the backlash of negative energy. I always say that. Somebody like me, somebody like my daughter, we are extraordinarily sensitive to spirit, to people's emotions. This is why you're an empath. All of those things can make a difference. But I want to go back a little further. Whenever I see a woman who is pregnant, I make sure to tell her to make sure to keep negative energy away from you. Why? Why is this such an important time? Because when a woman is pregnant, she's not only responsible for herself, but she's responsible for her unborn baby. Because everything she is taking in that surrounds her, so will the baby. So you have to be very mindful of the 9 months you are carrying this child. You're going to say, really? Many times when I tell people this, they stop, they think, they go, my God, Susan, I never thought of it. It isn't just what you feel, but actually goes right through you. So for all the women that are pregnant, no, you're not going to be selfish. You are just not going to absorb other people's energy, especially if you're carrying a child. Be very mindful on that. Generational curses, when you've had bad times in other lifetimes, it can carry. Just like if you have fear of something. For instance, I've said this before in other videos, if you have a fear of water, but yet nothing in this lifetime, you didn't drown, nothing bad happened, but why do you have this fear? Because it's coming from another lifetime that's seeping into this lifetime. I call that the invisible gas leak that seems to make its way. So how do we get rid of it? Well, great question. We have to be mindful, but we also have to really protect our space. Be in tune to where you live. I tell people all the time, especially people, that live where there were battlefields, battlegrounds, murders, like when I see Gettysburg, okay? A lot of clients that live around there, they can't catch a break. Why? Because well, the land's polluted. It's not great. There was a battle. A lot of people died. You don't want to be really, really near a cemetery. So when I see houses that are literally a half a block away or across the street, no, you don't want that. It's a tough thing. It really is. So you have to be very mindful where your home is. Pay attention when you walk in and you're looking for homes. How does it make you feel? Forget it's a great deal. Forget that you can get it for 100,000 below asking or whatever it is. It doesn't matter. I don't care if you gave me a $2 million home. If I walk in and I don't like it, I don't feel this goodness, this peace, you can have it. My husband can attest to it. He can say, believe me, she's telling the truth. I don't care. Energy is everything. You have to start paying attention to how certain things make you feel, from people to homes to cars. How does the car feel? This is why it's so important to protect your space and sage it. I tell people at least every week you should sage your space. There is an old video that I did about 9 years ago. It's on my YouTube called Top 5 Ways to Cleanse. I recommend you visit it, watch it. It's only 8 minutes long. Wealth of information because I teach you how to sage correctly. The next thing I want to say is when you're feeling not so great, you feel this heaviness, then it's time for a clearing. And I do that. It's on my website that I just started doing this a few months ago. I definitely recommend it. I have a lot of clients that get clearings. I can do it remote to take care of and get rid of the evil eye. It works, believe me. I come from a family that's very aware of evil eyes. And sometimes as a buildup, it will come and it'll feel very heavy. And you're not going to like the way you feel. You feel very tired. You're aggravated. Maybe you have anxiety that's going crazy and you just can't control yourself, or you just don't have any ambition whatsoever. It's like you've got like this cloud hanging over. Do I do it? Yes. Email me. I recommend that. You know, years ago in our faith, in our belief, we would have a grandmother or an aunt, and every time we felt sick, we would call, hey, Graham, can you do this? Hey, can you, our aunt would do it. And then boom, she would do her clearing, and then boom, you'd feel it. You'd feel a big difference. These are things that you can do to get rid of all of this heaviness that you carry in life. Energy is very powerful. It's very real. And for the people that don't believe it, well, that's your way. It's, I respect whatever it is you believe, but trust me, as a psychic medium, there is so much that I have seen and feel, and it does work. My husband was such a non-believer when he met me. When I tell you, it took us 3 years for me to really convince him, and all I did was just predict things, and then he would see what would come true. And now he even says, I don't know, I don't feel so great. I can always tell when something's over him. Sometimes people can be very, very jealous, and you feel that heaviness. Sometimes people could over-admire you. It can go the opposite way. And when you have such heavy admirers, you feel that. You're going to say, well, why? They're bestowing good. Well, they are, but it's too much energy all at once, and it becomes a residual conflict, and you need to be cleared. It's basically when you are cleared, you have a clean slate. I always tell people, once you have a remote clearing, take a shower, remove all your garments, your clothes, put them in the washing machine. Do not rewear them. You don't want that. Wash your face, and then you could sleep tight. These are some of the things that you could be doing consistently. There are some people that always get the evil eye. The Italians call it the malocchio. The Greeks call it the mati. However you call it, it's the evil eye. It's when two people have you on their mind. You don't have to be in the same room with these people in order to get it. If people have you in their eye, in their mind, they can bestow it on you. And all you do, saging is good, because I always say keep doing it, but remote clearings, boom, gone. Heaviness is gone. It's all the interruptions that you're feeling, gone. So this is something that I want to really address, and I think this was a great question, and a lot of you people will start understanding it. When you understand what energy can do to you, good or bad, you can live a tranquil, peaceful, happier life. You really can. If you don't have peace, you will not have a nice life. Forget all the materialism and all of these things that I got to have this and I got to have that. It's like, forget it. What I've learned in my life is nothing is more important and sacred than your peace. So I hope this gave you food for thought. I hope this has enlightened you to help yourself or somebody else that you know. And until then, keep the questions coming. Thank you, Ruthie, for this great question, great topic for me to address. And it'll keep coming with lots of answers I can give you. Subscribe to Facebook, Instagram, my favorite, YouTube. I hope you have a great week and take care of yourselves. Be well. Bye-bye.